Presidential election. Let's bring in our political panel. With me today is the Vogel Group Republican strategist Matt Keelen and Precision Strategies Vice President Rich Luchette. Gentlemen, welcome.
How are you?
All right, so let's start with Vice President Harris on the state of the race.
There's no question, I say it in my rallies. This is a tight race. It is a margin of error race. And that's why I'm out here and will continue for the next 24 days to be traveling around our country, talking with folks about the issues that matter most to them and offering them what I believe to be solutions to the challenges that they are facing.
In fact, a new NBC poll says that Harris was up 5 a month ago. It is now 48 all as of right now. What's the state of the race, Rich?
You know, this has always been a tight campaign. We're now in the final 3.5 weeks of this race. It's going to come right down to the wire. We always expected that. Harris got a bump after the debate when most Americans thought that she won the debate over Trump. The polls are tightening now. It's going to come down to the wire. But the Harris campaign is built to win a close race. She's raised more than $1 billion in just 2.5 months as a candidate. So there's energy, there's momentum on her side. But if you're a Democrat, look, after 2016, we're taking nothing for granted. We know that every single vote is going to count, and this is going to come right down to the wire.
Does this latest NBC poll suggest the honeymoon for her is over, and is it a coin flip at this point?
Honeymoon has been over for a little bit, and we might be going to separation, possibly divorce. Look, Harris has definitely plateaued and is actually starting to sink in almost every poll, while Trump is ascending in almost every poll. The momentum, 3 weeks left in the race in a couple of days, is all on Trump's side, and there's panic starting to set in, not just with the Harris campaign, but look at the blue wall states. And those Senate campaigns there are pulling their hair out. Some of them saying that Harris is going to lose their state in Michigan, and in Wisconsin saying that she's not paying enough attention to it, and if things don't change, she's going to lose that state. So that's not me talking. That's Democrat Senate candidates that are panicking because of the state of the race right now.
All right, let's talk about the Republican side of things. Former President Trump was a guest of Maria Bartiromo on Sunday Morning Futures. Let's play that.
Well, I think we're going to have a lot of votes. We have something sort of special going on. We have tremendous support. They're so tired of seeing what's happened to this country. They're so tired of seeing the incompetence, seeing the border. And I think the border is maybe a bigger deal than even inflation.
How big of a deal is the border, Rich?
You know, I think Donald Trump in 2016 made the border an issue. He made immigration an issue. It's an issue that both sides take seriously, that we need comprehensive immigration reform. And the question I would ask is, if it's such a serious issue, why did Donald Trump tank the Senate bipartisan bill that James Lankford negotiated that could have been passed into law, could have provided meaningful immigration reform, but he knew that that was a political issue. And if he took it off the table, he wouldn't be able to use it in this campaign, and I think that's really unfortunate.
Matt, should former President Trump be feeling confident at this point?
Absolutely. All the issues line up. This is a change election. Unfortunately for Vice President Harris, she's saddled with, she wanted to be the change candidate. Now she has come back to being the, I am just like Joe Biden, because the change candidate didn't work, because every time she was asked questions about her policies, she couldn't articulate anything other than she grew up as a middle-class person. So voters just aren't buying what she's selling. And listen, Mike, she's had a tough sell from the beginning. 4 bad years in the economy, 4 bad years at the border, 4 bad years overseas. I mean, we're at a state in the Middle East where there's a shooting war between Iran and Israel, not to mention what's going on in Ukraine. The American people know that 4 years prior to this administration, they were doing better. And that's going to be the thing that decides this election.
All right, these guys are all warmed up. Panel, stay right here. Another former president stumps for Harris, and Elon Musk ups his efforts to help the Trump campaign. That's next.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.